Welcome back to the program. We continue our talks on what investors should look into when looking for countries to invest in. Previously, our guest, economist Gomolemo Basele, spoke about market accessibility and innovation as being one of the key points to consider. He added that a country's innovation capability will determine how fast and efficient its commerce is. Tonight, Gomolemo returns to talk about economic stability and investment climate as one of the main facets to investment to consider. Gomolemo, thank you so much for coming on First Issue 7, supporting with your time. We're continuing with the tips for investors who are looking to put some money in Africa. So today, the pillar that we're going to be looking at is economic stability and investment climate. Please unpack that.
Economic stability and investment climate. That essentially speaks to how investor-friendly a market is. So how easy is it for you to get your money into the market as well as out? So does the country have any forest controls, and what are those, and how would that impact the repatriation of your profits having operated within that market? Another key thing under that pillar is economic stability as well as political stability. So in terms of political stability, for example, is it easy to gauge the policy direction of the ruling government within that market? And what does that imply for your operations as an investor? And then another key area that we looked at as well was economic freedom. So for you to undertake an activity of your choice, for example, in this market, are there any possible hindrances? Are there any are there any hoops that you might need to jump through? Basically, the red tape that you need to get through to operate within certain sectors of the economy, and what that implies for you as an investor.
Seeing that Africa for the longest time, or the upper north of Africa for the longest time, has been known to be one of political instability. And in this case, we're talking about, economic stability and political stability and the economic freedom, right? Would you then say that that part of the country or the continent is suited for somebody looking to?
I don't think it's something we can apply a broad stroke brush to. So it depends exactly what this investor was looking for. As you mentioned, certain areas have political instability, but then they provide opportunities under the other pillars that we also looked at. So the north, for example, the north of Africa has a large population size. So as an investor, depending on what activity you seek to partake, does that provide an opportunity for you over and above the political stability issue? So it's about weighing up exactly what you as an investor are interested in. So when you look at political instability, for example, it's about weighing up what your activity is likely to be within that market, and if it benefits from the other pillars over and above the damage that political stability is likely to do to your operations. So for the north of Africa, for example, if you're into mass production, you could potentially take advantage of the large population sizes in that area, which might make political stability less of an issue for you.
With a lot of political instability, brings about questions of ethics, human rights, that sort of thing. How then do you outweigh looking at the profits or what you would want your activity to be in terms of getting the benefit from the market size, right, in terms of population, and then gauging it against ethical issues?
That's an interesting one, and yeah, I think it would depend on rather the needs of the investor and exactly what they're comfortable doing. But political instability, for example, I think we'd look at it as assuming that something is being done to try and contain it or to try and improve the situation. So a key area, for example, would be Mozambique and sort of the challenges that it's had with the north of the country. There's political instability there, but then there's something that's been done about it. So we've seen support coming from within the region to try and ensure that that situation is contained to avert any contagion. So there's still opportunities to participate within that market, despite the fact that a certain portion of that country is under some difficulty.
Gomolemo will be putting a lid on these discussions next time with a look at social and human development as one of the considerations to make when you are looking to invest in Africa. With that, we have come to the end of tonight's installment of First Issues. Until next time, have yourselves a pleasant evening. Good night.